Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy motivational Monday. I truly, truly hope and pray that you all had a wonderful weekend. I myself had a wonderful weekend. I was able to rest on Saturday. Come Sunday, honey, church was good. The praise was high. The babies, they ministered in song. It was just a beautiful, beautiful service. And you can always catch our services on YouTube or Facebook. I think it's the Metropolitan Baptist Church, DMV. Just because, there are a lot of Metropolitan Baptist churches, but we are here in the DMV area. And then yesterday, you guys, I did a cooking video. I showed y'all how to make homemade cranberry sauce, and it came out wonderfully. So I'm super, super, super excited about that. Now, I think that's everything. Oh, you know what, you guys? I'm going to do a catch up with me video on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to do a catch up with me video tomorrow. Well, I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow. If I don't get it done tomorrow, definitely I will do it on Thursday, just because I do have some things I want to share with y'all, especially one thing that's really, really important to me. And it came in the mail today. So, or I should say Amazon dropped it off today. So I definitely want to share that with you all. So like I said, I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow. If not, I will have to get it done on Thursday. Having said that, you guys, let's jump into today's video. Today's topic is how to develop elite level confidence. So here are 5 secrets that will help you build unshakable confidence. And remember, what I'm sharing with you is based off of the Stoic way of thinking. And if you're not quite sure what that is, I talked about that a few videos ago. You can always go look it up. So I have 6 things to share with you, and then I promise I'll let you be. 5 things. Number 1, acceptance, acceptance of the inevitable. We must all accept and recognize the things that are outside of our control. Your past and the actions of others are outside of your control. But when you embrace that truth, you can then free your mind from the burden of trying to change the impossible. You will then begin to focus on what you can change and what you have influence over, such as your reactions and your attitude. This provides an opportunity for growth. So as we talk about developing an elite level of confidence, you've got to be able to accept the inevitable. So you ever wonder why you see people walk around and they just seem like they have this air about them that nothing bothers them. They don't have a care in the world. Everything or everything is right in their world. A lot of that comes from the fact, I think it comes from 2 things. Number 1, we're going to give all the glory and the honor to God. See, because when you know God, you don't have to stress. You don't have to worry about anything, because you know it is in the master's hands and he's going to take care of it. So that's reason number 1. That's why I always tell people, honey, I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about anything. I pray about everything, but I worry about nothing, because I know that I serve a big God. I know that he's made a way before and he's going to make a way again. So I don't have to worry about anything. But also, I think it is because that you have people that accept the inevitable. It's just like, you ever have someone who has lost someone that was near and dear to them, but everybody around them is breaking down, crying, and falling out on the floor. Now, I know we deal with death differently. We just do. But a lot of times, and I've talked to people and they say, Michelle, I am at peace with this. Because it wasn't like they didn't know it was coming. That loved one had been sick for some time, and they had already made peace with it, so they could be confident for the person that was dying. And chances are that person that was dying was confident anyway. Maybe not, but they can be confident because they had already prepared themselves for the inevitable. So the bottom line is, when you go through life and you prepare yourself for the inevitable, you can have so much peace and you can have so much confidence. It's just like, if the weatherman calls for rain tomorrow, which they didn't, thank God, but if they did, now I'm gonna give you one better. They called for a chilly morning, and it was around about 7:30. It was like 46 degrees outside. Okay, well, I had already prepared myself for the inevitable because I knew last night that it was going to be cold this morning. I ain't gonna lie, I was looking forward to some polar bears coming out. Now, I did see 3 deer this morning, but I was looking for the polar bears to start creeping out because it was, to me, 46 is freezing. I don't know about you, but to me it is. But my whole point is that when you accept the inevitable, you have this air of confidence about you. Why? Because you're going to dress for the weather, because you already know that it's coming. And not only that, why stress over stuff that's inevitable anyway? Day is going to turn into night. Come on, somebody. Night will turn into day tomorrow. The time is moving on. The months are moving on. The years are moving on. These things are inevitable. Now, I hear what you're saying, because I can hear your thoughts. And you're saying, but Michelle, if I accept the inevitable, doesn't that make me weak? Doesn't that make it seem like I'm giving up? And the answer to your question is no. It does not make you weak, and no, you're not giving up. You are just accepting that there are things that are going to happen that's outside of your control. And so you have to embrace them, and you can walk around with an air of confidence because you've already prepared yourself for them. Number 2, confront your fears. Adversity is opportunity for growth. So when you embrace those things that scare you, it not only strengthens your character, but it also makes a way for improvement and inner peace. Confronting your fears is a huge task, but it is so worth it in the end. Remember, it's not what happens to you that matters the most. It's how you react to it. Come on, somebody. So you've got to confront your fears. And I think that when you're able to confront your fears, that also gives you another level of confidence. You know, there are many things in life that we fear. We've talked about this before, and we know that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. I got that. But the reality is that in life, there are some people that truly do have fears. Some people fear what's going to happen tomorrow based on things that are going to take place today. Some people fear how they're going to leave this world, which I won't lie, at one point in my life I did. I feared, Lord, I don't know how, I don't know when, but then I realized I don't need to know those things. I need to just live. Okay, don't worry about those things. But what I was trying to get at is that when you confront those things that scare you, your level of confidence is going to go through the roof. So if you have a person in your life that is just making your life miserable, maybe you're a woman and you have a husband or boyfriend that just the mention of their name just makes your skin crawl, and they mistreat you physically and or verbally, and you truly fear them. Well, you've got to confront that. You have got to confront it. See, they do what they do because they know that they put fear in you, and they know that you're not going to do anything about it. So I want to encourage you all today to start addressing your fears. Confront your fears. If you have a fear of, I don't know, whatever it is, because I can't think at the moment, but whatever that fear is, I need you to confront it. Because what did I share with you? It's not what happens to you that matters the most. It's how you react to it. It's time for you to confront your fears. And some of you all have had this fear or those fears for a long time now. And you just put it off and you pretend like it doesn't exist, hoping that it'll go away. And it doesn't actually go away. It may kind of go off to the side for a little bit, but it's not going to go away. Start confronting your fears. Number 3, Cultivate self-discipline. So it takes will to overcome obstacles. Sometimes you have to deny yourself certain things in order to get what you really want. You must learn to push through discomfort, endure setbacks, and persevere in the face of difficulty. You must stay true to your commitment or commitments. And yes, sometimes you will have to say no to yourself. So when we talk about self-discipline, honey, let me tell you something. You are not going to get to your ideal weight if you are not disciplined enough to stay on your healthy eating track and exercise. That means you got to say no to the girlfriends getting together to go out to eat. You've got to say no to that extra helping of food. You've got to say no to that dessert. You've got to say no to the ice cream truck that comes in your neighborhood. We haven't had one in our neighborhood in years, but I digress. But you've got to have self-discipline. And that's something else that helps to build confidence. When you have the self-discipline to do the things that you know you need to do, excuse me, to help better yourself, you wear it well because you walk around with your head held high. You walk around with your your chest lifted. I love talking with my chest anyway, but I digress. But you walk around with an air of confidence about you, and people can see it. They know it. So before I talked about confronting your fears, this time I'm telling you to really dig into that self-discipline. Stop giving in every time it gets hard. Stay focused and stay true to what you said you were going to do. Number 4, embrace. What in the world did I just write? Y'all, sometimes I can't read my own writing. Embrace in something other and cultivate detachment. Oh, and permanence. And cultivate detachment. So everything in life is important, including our own existence. This rationalization can free us from the fear of loss and the pursuit of fleeting pleasures. Detachment is about developing a sense of inner peace that is not dependent upon external factors. So in essence, when you learn to detach yourself from certain things and sometimes certain people, you set yourself up such that if they fail you, it's not going to come as a surprise to you, and it's not going to hurt you because you kind of saw it coming. And so let me say this. You kind of knew it was coming. And because you detached yourself from it, when they decided that they didn't want to be a part of your life anymore, it didn't bother you. You know why? Because you had already detached mentally anyway. Now, I'm not saying go through life and just detach from everything, but there are some things in life that you really do need to detach yourself from. And in doing that, you have that confidence because you know that they're going to let you down. You know that they're going to do something that's going to get on your last good, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost nerve. But if you detach from it, you're not completely, you don't feel beat down because, well, I mean, you were keeping them at arm's length anyway. And number 5, I said 5 things. I really have 6. I'm sorry. Number 5, visualization. We oftentimes let our minds worry more about the past and less on the future. This allows us to envision a ton of problems that could come up, but more than likely, they never do. This is a survival method that has been handed down to us through evolution. When we visualize worst case scenarios, we actually prepare ourselves for the worst. So if it happens, we aren't surprised or we aren't shocked. So visualization. I don't know about you, but I am one that whenever I'm going to do something, I try to visualize the outcome. Now, I get what I was just sharing with you, but remember, this is the Stoic way of thinking. Michelle's way of thinking is whenever I'm going to do something, I visualize the outcome working out the way I want it to work out. See, because I've already prayed about it. I've already asked God to bless whatever that thing is that I'm doing and to make sure that it turns out the way I need it to turn out. But I do get it. But the whole thing that I'm trying to drive home to you is that I need you all to start visualizing what it is that you want. I need you all to start visualizing that positive outcome, that whatever that thing is that you're trying to do. I want you to visualize doing it. So if you visualize, if you are thinking about going back to school and you can't wait to graduate and get your master's degree, your bachelor's, your master's, PhD, whatever it is that you're going for. And it could even be an associate's degree. It doesn't matter. But I want you, as you start taking your classes, I want you to visualize yourself walking across that stage. Do you know how that builds your confidence? It will take it from a 1 to a 100, just like that. Whatever you do, I want you to visualize yourself completing it. See the end. And again, that'll build your confidence, because your confidence says, hey, if I can visualize it, I can have it. At least I do anyway. Anything that I put my mind to, I'm visualizing, excuse me, my sinuses are draining, the outcome being exactly what I need it to be. But I also keep in mind that I do have to think of the worst case scenario, just in case it doesn't work out. Then I'm not surprised and I'm not shocked, because I had already visualized how this thing can go left or it can go right. And that's all I'm saying. You've got to visualize. And lastly, number 6, gratitude. Far too often, our focus narrows to what we lack or the challenges that are before us. By embracing gratitude, we have the power to transform our perspective and find comfort in what we already have. Gratitude redirects our thinking from scarcity to abundance. It also allows us to show compassion and empathy towards others. Gratitude has a lot of power, and one can give us and can give us an abundance of happiness. Talk about having confidence when you are grateful for the things that you have. Your mind doesn't have time to worry about the things that you don't have. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to go through life and just completely forget about the things that you don't have or the things that you want. But when you focus on being grateful for what you have, there's a whole different air about you. And people wonder, oh, girl, what you got going on? Because you looking all confident. What's going on? Honey, I'm just thinking about how good God has been to me. I'm thinking about all that he has given me. I'm thinking about the doors that he's opened for me. I'm thinking about the opportunities that he's made for me. I'm thinking about the people that he's put in my life. I'm thinking about all the great things that I already have. And this is why during my prayer meditation time, I always thank God for the things that I have. I thank him in advance for the things that I want and or need. But I also say, Lord, if you don't ever do anything else for me, I'm still going to be okay, because I'm grateful for what I have. Y'all, that's powerful right there. I'm trying to tell you, again, that will make you walk with your chest lifted and your shoulders back and your head held high. You don't have time walking around with your head down, because you are so grateful for what you have. Stop worrying about what you don't have. When you sit and worry about what you don't have, what you need, and all that other good stuff, all it does is zaps your energy. I don't know about you, but there are people, unfortunately, that walk around and that's all they do is worry about what they don't have. I don't have time for it. God has been too good to me to sit and worry about what I don't have. He has. God has been too good to me. He continues to be too good to me. More than I even deserve, more than any of us deserves, truth be told. So I'm going to be grateful for what I have as I thank God for what I need and or what I want. And like I said, you want to see your confidence go from the floor to the ceiling, be grateful for what you have. Stop focusing solely on what you don't have. Now, I get it. I get it. You have a bill that's due and you know that you don't have the money for it. I can see being a little fearful about that. But what I want you to do is I want you to look at it from the perspective of God has done it before. He's going to do it again. God can make a way out of no way. God can bless you with somebody that can come along and say, I happen to have a little extra. Do you need a blessing? Or he can send on that person that you can ask for the money for whatever that bill is that can bless you. He can put money in your account. And I'm telling y'all, I've been down that road before where I had money in my account from a source that I didn't even know I was getting money from. So I need you all to stop stressing, stop worrying about, things that are beyond your control. Because if that bill is due and you don't have the money, guess what? You're stressing over it. It's not going to help. All you can do is just call that company up and say, hey, I know my bill is due, but I won't have the money until whatever day. They can say, okay, we'll make a note. They'll type it in your account. And if it's something like a cell phone or something like that, that you might end up having your service disconnected until you do make the payment. That is unfortunate. But the reality is that you will have the money. You just don't have it right now. So why stress about something that you can't do anything about anyway? Show some gratitude. Be grateful. And then I want you to walk about this world with so much confidence, honey. People can't stand to be around you because so your confidence is just like a ray of light. It's just shining off everywhere you go. That's how I want you to be. So that's how I feel when I walk around, that my level of confidence is sitting on 1,000. You know why? Because God is, like I said, he's been too good to me. And I've used a lot of the things that I just shared with you, even when I didn't even know that this was a Stoic principle, but I have been using those over the years. And my confidence is always there. Never do I walk around feeling like I'm not confident. I'm confident, honey, even when I'm wrong. Okay, I'm confident no matter what, because one thing's for certain, two things for sure. You cannot take away my confidence just because maybe you took something from me. My confidence is still there. Maybe you said something. My confidence is still there because I believe in me and I want you to believe in you. So having said all that, you guys, hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to go about your day, the rest of this day, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, into next year and years beyond with an elite level of confidence. Because here's the thing, here's what I do know. I may not know many of you, but I know that you have confidence. It's in here. It's deep in your heart and it's up here. But you just have to make sure that you're not allowing the outside elements to get into you to take away your confidence, because you do have the confidence. I promise you, you have it. We all have it. You just have to know how to tap into it and pull it out. Stick with me, y'all, because I'm going to tell you one thing's for certain, two things for sure. I will not allow you to walk around feeling like you're not confident. You're going to always be confident when you get with me, because that's all we're going to talk about. My goal is to speak life into you. It is to motivate you, to encourage you. And that's exactly what I intend to do. Having said that, if you're new to watch my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Wherever you go, whatever you do, just do it responsibly. Have fun, but just be safe. Okay, just be safe, because I want nothing but the best for each and every one of you. Now, y'all know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can ever do about it, because that will never change. I am always going to love you all. I want to always be here to encourage you, to motivate you. And this is why during my prayer meditation time, I'm always asking God to allow the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be holy and acceptable unto him, because I want to be that ray of light for you all. I want to be the one that you can say, you know what? If Michelle can do it, I can do it. I was listening to Michelle's video, and it warms my heart when people say, Michelle, I listened to your video on whatever the topic was, and you have no idea how that blessed me. You have no idea how I needed this. Just like I talked about knowing your assignment. Make sure y'all check out my vlog playlist, because I talked about that on Sunday, knowing your assignment. Because that's what I do. I'm here to motivate and love on each and every one of you. Having said that, I'm going to let you be. Come on back on Wednesday, and I'll motivate you all over again. Till then, take care.